We are in Haystack Mt on the long trail. It was a long drive up here, 5 hours maybe. Haystack Mt, which is Route 58, is dirt. It wasn't necessarily scary, but we couldn't find the long trail. We turned on the wrong road. And then the roads weren't marked. There's not much parking, as you can see. It's an uphill pull-out. And the few parking spots in here, but they all kind of go slanted up on a hill. So we probably got the better spot. We're supposed to have a pickup here tomorrow for a 2-day backpack to the northern terminus. I hope our truck's going to be okay parked here, because it's kind of out here by itself. I think they do get a lot of break-ins in Vermont. The last time we left our truck, we were parked in the middle of Johnson, Vermont on that busy highway pull out. That was a nice parking lot too. Up here they give you nothing. Also, the first thing we noticed is I thought it was black flies, but maybe it's horse flies, some type of bug all over the place. So right now we are going to be southbound from Haystack Mt towards, can't think of the mountain.
Haystack.
Haystack is the first mountain. Actually, this one had a camping pit there, so hopefully we're not going to get neighbors here. Luckily, it's during the week. It's a Wednesday night.
Probably the weekend.
It's a Wednesday night. So the long trail crossing is down here on this Route 58. Luckily, there's a breeze blowing. That's one happy occasion. Happy occasion is the breeze blowing. I was worried there was black flies when we got here. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was some interesting flowers here. The breeze is great. The breeze is fantastic here. If every day could be like this would be awesome. It's going to be cool up here tonight. We might not even need the van. Somebody left full bottles of water here. We just met a hiker. She's southbound, so she must have just started at the northern terminus. So there's a lot of black flies, but they're not too bad today. But that's because it's breezy. But she said they were really bad on J Peak. That's not good. Should not have gone in June. Do not do this again. Wait till August. Well, there's a nice breeze in the notch, but you don't feel it too much on the trail. Trail conditions are kind of muddy. Dave said he didn't think the trail would be muddy. I have gaiters on. I said, "What do you think?" I said, This is the Vermont long trail. You think it's not muddy?" And he's way up ahead, so I'm hopelessly out of shape. Hopelessly. And when we start climbing, it's getting a little bit warmer. We met a southbounder just a couple days in. Said the black flies are bad near the peaks, especially J Peak. We're kind of hoping they were gone by now. Wood sorrel. Kind of looks like clover in a way. I guess it doesn't have the white tips on it. I guess this is edible in small amounts if you cook it. I said, "We think this is the top." I said, "Well, it's 2 miles to the top of Haystack Mountain." I said, "How far we been?" Dave says 0.6. So we're 0.9. Dave said we did 900 feet from the truck. So we did 900 feet and 0.9. So that means for every 0.1 of a mile, we climbed 100 feet. It's quite a climb. Quite a climb for day one.
Yeah, and Lori missed the grouse there.
I heard of something.
Did you hear me make a noise?
I heard it, like fly.
No, you didn't hear me. All of a sudden I heard this noise. It's just like popped right out of the thing, like, you know, like right there. I was like, whoa! I was like, oh. And then a second one popped up further down.
I heard it like flying down there and like making a noise.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is you're so far ahead of me that if you see anything like a bear or anything like that, I'm nowhere to be found with the camera. I'm way back.
Yeah, I guess it's about the camera, but even it doesn't matter. If I saw a bear, by the time I
Yeah.
out and turned it on, the bear would be gone.
Yeah. Wow. Dare I say brutal? Is it brutal?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's day one. This is day one. This is like Whiteface. It's kind of like what we went up on Whiteface on day one. I'm shocked again.
Worse than Whiteface.
Dave says it's worse than Whiteface. Dave says it's more slippery. It's slipperier than Whiteface. At least when we did Whiteface, it was dry.
It's like the part where we went down Whiteface.
Oh yeah. He said this is unbelievable. It's Whiteface all over again.
I know. This is worse than Whiteface. This is like the one that we went up from Appalachian Gap and we went down all
Yeah.
these deep boulders and we had to climb back up and go back.
Yeah. He said it's like General Stark Mountain.
Yeah.
Off Appalachian Gap, but that one has handrails. This one doesn't have any handrails. Dave just mentioned there's a lot of moose poop on this trail. And yeah, we don't usually see a lot of moose poop on Vermont trails. Maine, we saw a lot of moose poop, but we very rarely ever seen a moose. The moose we did see that time was in, like I said, that was the bottom of New Hampshire on the Monadnock Trail. There's a lot of moose out here, but we don't see anything. There's also black flies that keep getting on my forehead. It was pretty wet. I guess they had a lot of rain up here. This one has a bog at the top, an actual bog. Can't tell if this is the top. The long trail a lot of times doesn't put any signage on any of the mountains, so you actually can't really tell where you are. We should be right around, we're under 2 miles, so I don't actually think we're at the top of Haystack yet. But we got to turn around at 4:30. Actually, we got up at 4:30 this morning. I had the clock set for 5, but it went off at 4:30. When it first went off, I thought, is it Saturday and Dave's running? What's going on here? And then I thought, oh, it's the start of the vacation. And we got up. There's so many moose on this trail. This trail is very wet. It seems to be on a ridge line, but there's lots of actual bogs. And moose poop is on the trail. The trail is pretty wet up here. And there's some actual like pooling water bogs. So we're on 2.1 miles. This should be the top of Haystack. I think we got a few more minutes to go though.
Yeah, it's 406, not 409.
About 20 minutes. We found a sign. We haven't reached Haystack yet.
What's that, campsite?
I don't know. Oh, it is a campsite. It says something to camp. What is that? Haystack Summit Point 2. 3,223 feet. There's a sign over here for something. Oh, this is the long trail south. Oh, so that must just go to the peak.
Oh, that just goes to the summit.
That must go to the peak. Tilcon Camp, the next camp, 2.7. So, I guess we might as well go to the peak. That's the view looking from the direction we came from. Wow. Unbelievable. Still going up. 0.2 to the top of this thing. So there's a view out here. You're looking south. Looking south. So next mountain.
No, actually.
Well.
Looking.
Oh yeah, because that way it might be south.
That's east over that way. No, wait a minute. That's north. That's north that way. South is behind me that way.
So it's got a good view, but we're not sure what we're looking at.
I don't know if those mountains
Can you see anything over there?
I don't know if that's north or south. Try to figure out what those mountains are in the south, because the south is behind us.
So this
says, you must have come up this direction.
So this is showing north. So that some of those mountains over there are Jay Peak.
Yeah. See the summit? You can see a summit building at the top of that one.
Oh yeah, that must be Jay Peak. There's a building on that one. You can't see the ski slopes, though. They must be on the other side.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought last time I brought. I was like, I wonder if they're on the other side, because you can't see.
So the other side of this, you need to come up a side trail up there and then come this way.
There's two different mountains between.
Yeah.
So we gotta go up and then down and then up again.
A lot of mountains in between. So we found out we're looking south here. So south, that's the other mountain. That's Belvedere Mountain. We can see the fire tower. So that one will be for another day. Beyond that one, I think we're way in the distance. I think we're seeing Mansfield, maybe?
Probably Mansfield, yeah.
Beyond that?
Yeah.
Around. Haystack was pretty good. Got a couple good views. Got a view of the fire tower on Belvedere, which is southbound. And we got a view of Jay Peak, which it looked pretty big. Pretty intimidating in the distance with the building on top. There's black flies out here. Mostly they were on the top there. They keep biting my forehead. My forehead is going to turn into some big welts of black flies. It's a nice day though. It's breezy. Temperature okay. Not raining yet. Pretty stoked for our northern terminus tomorrow. Pretty stoked for Jay Peak. I think I did read that there was a snack bar on the top of it. I gotta bring some money. And we can get a burger.
Well, I get a burger. Wow, you got burgers up there?
Yeah, plant I saw on the long trail in Johnson. I guess it's sarsaparilla. I think the root is sarsaparilla. It's also, all these trees are, this is mountain ash. Lots of moose poop on the trail. A moose is pooping right on the trail. Very rude. Well, this must be a moose trail. There is a lot of bog. There was a lot of bogs up here. Looks like it's getting overcast. I'm like, uh-oh. It's getting overcast and we're in Vermont, and how many times do we come out and it's not supposed to rain and all of a sudden it's raining? Like, it's getting overcast. So incredible how steep this was from Haystack to Hazen's Notch. This thing was steep. It's 2 miles of straight up, and it's wet. It's weird. It says terminus of the Hazen Road. 779.
Must be the elevation. 759 feet.
This isn't the terminus though. It goes through. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a lot of mosquitoes. It looks like a bog over there. Yeah. Hopefully our mosquito stick works. So that was a hard day one. Yeah. Luckily it didn't rain. It was a hard day one. We're on our first night. That was my camera. So we're having Amy's. The only problem is as soon as I lit the butane, I forgot to bring butane. We have half a thing of butane. We're way up here in the woods. We're nowhere near a town, nowhere near a Walmart. We have no more butane with us. All these rice dinners and stuff coming up and no butane. I have tons of it at home, didn't pack it. That's a first. So it's a nice cool breeze through here. It's cooling down very nice. We shouldn't need a fan tonight, which is good. It's getting dark already though, and it's only 7.